To all the non-believers, 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 non-believers. I'm making non-believers.
What's up, y'all? This is Jay Varsity, and welcome to episode 43 of NBA Talk Playoff Edition. Yo, let's get right to the chase, and I want to finish off all the game ones of the second round. We had the Portland Trailblazers against the Denver Nuggets last night, and this is seeming like it's going to be a fun series, but I mentioned in my last video about how explosive Denver can be, and Jokic, he just dominated in game one. He just dominated, and Kanter, that shoulder looked like it's gonna be bothering him for a while throughout this series because as much as he wants to play aggressive, he can't play as aggressive as he wants to. He still put up 26 points and he was still being productive, but he just couldn't be physical enough to get on Jokic because that shoulder is just really like limiting what he can do. Damian Lillard, he did his thing. He put up 39. He tried to do the best that he could. I barely remember where CJ McCollum was because like I don't know. I just barely saw him, but the Blazers were putting up a fight. They were putting up a fight. Like I really thought at one point that they were going to steal game one, but then Denver reminded me again why they're the second best team in the Western Conference. But Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Will Barton, Beasley, Jokic, Mason Plumlee, Paul Millsap, they all went to work, especially from the perimeter. I said that Denver is an explosive team. These are two explosive teams. But when Denver blows up, it's almost like a storm. It's like how long can you last in this storm? They were hitting perimeter shots. They were getting attacking the paint. Once they start scoring 2-3 times in a row, it's almost like they can't stop scoring. That's what I noticed last night. And they were some way they were trying to trap Lillard on the wing so he doesn't get those deep threes. So in a way, it kind of did work, even though he still dropped 39, so he still attacked the paint. But Jokic was just like, it's just the fact that he was dominating Kanter. That was the X factor in game one. And he's going to be the X factor in this series. Jokic, if he keeps playing like this, then Portland is going to have a huge problem. This is where Portland needs Nurkic right now. If Nurkic were playing in this series right now, I will tell you, I don't think the outcome of game one would happen just like that. I think the game would have been a little bit closer. I think defensively, Portland would have been a lot more physical because Nurkic and Jokic, that would have been a great matchup to see. Like that would have been a very great matchup. But unfortunately, things happen. But as of right now, Portland just needs to know how to weather the storm with Jokic. They need to know how to slow down the Joker. Because if you slow down the Joker, then you just got to worry about Jamal Murray and them guys. And Gary Harris, I'm really loving seeing Gary Harris right now. He has been going off in these playoffs. He has been going off. Jamal Murray and Gary Harris, they are proving to be a very dangerous backcourt. Cause like when they get going, it's almost like impossible to stop them. Between Gary Harris making that crazy ass layup last night, I know you saw that, but this team just looks together. They play together. Even though this is like their first official playoff run as a team, it's like you don't. It's scary how good this team can be. And just imagine when Michael Porter Jr. Gets fully healthy. I'm scared of what this Denver team is gonna look like in like another 2 years. In like another year or so, I'm afraid of what this Denver team is gonna look like because this team is scary right now. And imagine when Michael Porter Jr. finally gets healthy, he's just gonna make this team even scarier. They're going to be deeper and scarier. They're going to be like one of the top 3 teams in the Western Conference. But like the Portland Trailblazers, it's like they're getting banged up slowly, and I don't know how much Damian Lillard could try to carry this team, but it's just like it's almost like I said, you got to try to weather the storm when it comes to Denver, because Denver they'll come at you fast. Like Jokic is not flashy, but he'll make the good pass. He will make the good pass. They're just gonna attack you. They're just gonna straight up attack you. But yeah, Denver wins game 1. We'll see what game 2 is like. This should be a fun series. I hope Kanter is feeling better. Like I hate seeing an injury impact the series. But we'll see what happens in game 2. But yeah, speaking of game 2s, whew, so many people are already doubting the Sixers, and this is starting to become a pattern. Because this happened in game 1 against the Nets. Oh my God, they got blown out against the Nets blew them out at home and all this other yada yada. And then what happened in game 2? They blew out the Nets in game 2. Now we're going through the same scenario now. Deja vu. Oh my God, they got dominated by Toronto, which they did. Kawhi dropped 45 on them. But here comes game 2. Philly made adjustments. Even though they really couldn't stop Kawhi, they slowed him down a little bit, but they took away his weapons. Kawhi and Pascal Siakam were probably the only people that can score in Toronto last night. Like, if Kawhi wasn't on the floor, then they were getting blown out the building. It's plain and simple. If Kawhi Leonard wasn't on the floor, then the Raptors were getting blown out the building. Philly played physical defense. They switched up. They damn near triple teamed Kawhi when he would come towards the free throw line. And even though Embiid was not feeling well and he wasn't like a great impact scoring wise, he made them feel him in the paint. Whether it was just him posting up and holding the ball, whether it was just holding it for a couple of seconds just so everybody can move, his presence was felt on the floor. Like Embiid was not rendered completely useless, and he made some great passes, especially that pass where he was being double teamed when he found Jimmy Butler for the 3. And speaking of Jimmy Butler, this is the reason why this is why the Sixers got him. This is the reason why the Sixers got Jimmy Butler. For these moments. Because I don't know what the Sixers would be doing right now if they still had Robert Covington. I really don't know. Because Robert Covington wouldn't do this. He would not do this. No, sir. I don't care what anybody says. Robert Covington would not be doing the shit that Jimmy Butler just did last night. Like I don't care. Ben Simmons attacked the rim. He went off ball like I said he should. And Tobias Harris, he made some shots. The team was deep in double digits. A lot of players scored in double digits. James Ennis was high from the 3-point line in the first half. JJ Redick was hitting his shots. Like, the team was just overall on fire in the first half. But then Toronto, they were not going to go away. And that's the one thing about Toronto. If you're gonna put them away, put them away. So they made a late run, and Kawhi tried to bring them all the way back. And I gotta question this. Oh my God. Did Kyle Lowry really just try to pass the ball in between the legs of Tobias Harris with the game on the line? Like, you're down by 3. Why are you trying to go for that? Like, I get it. You did it to Ben Simmons earlier in the first half. Like, I get it. You did it to him in the first half, but then why would you try to do that with the game on the line? Like, I just don't get it. Like that. If that's on Shaq and the Fool, then I don't know. Like, that, to me, that's just a boneheaded mistake. That's a dumb move. Like, why would you go for something that risky with the game on the line? Like, that's just plain old stupid. Like, you see Kawhi Leonard and Pascal Siakam doing everything they can to keep you in the game, and then here you are making this boneheaded mistake trying to throw the ball in between the legs of somebody. Like, that should be a last resort kind of pass. Like, that should be a last resort play, trying to throw the ball in between the legs of somebody to try to get a pass through. Like, that should be a last resort. That shouldn't be something that first comes to your head. Like, that possession could have been handled a whole lot better. But yeah, man. I just love how Philly played defensively. I love how they switched and how they tried to slow down Kawhi, even though they couldn't completely stop him. Like, overall, I just loved the aggressiveness. I just loved it. I loved it, man. Philly ties the series. I think this is a turning point because I think Joel Embiid should be a lot better in Game 3. I wouldn't be surprised if the Sixers go up 2-1. But then again, it's like, this is a very good series. This is a tough series. This is a very physical series. And we got a good one on our hands because, like I said, the turning factor is Joel Embiid going to be at least a little bit more healthier than he was last night. Because he needs to show his impact on the floor. Just to take away Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka away from the rim. Because if he could do that, the Sixers can at least attack the rim one way or another if their perimeter shots are not going in. But Kawhi's going to be Kawhi. I don't see how the Sixers are going to stop him. I don't see Kawhi having a game where he scores less than 25 points in this series. I don't. He's just been that dude in the playoffs so far. He's just been that dude. Kawhi has been looking like the best player in the playoffs. I don't care what anybody says. Between him, Damian Lillard, and Kevin Durant, they've been looking like the best players in the playoffs. But that's it. That's all, man. Comment, like, and subscribe if you like basketball content. This is your boy Jay Varsity, and I am out. Peace.
We got some non-believers out there.
Make believers out of